Please read the disclaimer. SpaceX stock IPO. Everything you need to know before SpaceX stock IPOs and comes into the market. Hello, beautiful people. Shalom, moneymakers. Today is the day that SpaceX will join the stock market, and there is a big celebration around this, but there also are great risks in investing in SpaceX IPO and SpaceX stock. We're going to talk about all this. All I ask from you is that you give me a beautiful smile to send out those good vibes. Smishity smash that like button because likes are for free. And, you know, we love free stuff on this channel. So today, SpaceX stock is going to start trading. First thing you need to know is that the ticker symbol for SpaceX is SPCX. So if you're looking to, look at the price action or you want to put it on your watch list, SPCX is the ticker symbol. And the initial price is going to be $135 per share, valuing the company at roughly between 1.7 to $1.77 trillion. Wow. Raising $75 billion. This is the biggest IPO in history. And the question is the price action and the volatility and the volume on this IPO, what is it going to be? Is it going to be all time? It seems so, right? And how is that going to affect the rest of the stock market here today? It's going to be very, very interesting. So we're going to get into it. I decided to ask ChatGPT because it's always good to, use a little bit of an AI advantage to our advantage here. So right now I asked the chat, what are the things that we need to look at, right? So right now, this is the biggest IPO in history, right? SpaceX is IPO at $135 per share. Now, what you're going to potentially see here today is it's not going to start trading at 9:30 Eastern time, right? 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Usually what happens is there is kind of a pre-trading that happens only for institutions and insiders. And then you're going to start seeing it trade for public consumption around midday. It's going to suddenly start happening. There's not a specific hour that this happens. It's somewhere midday that it starts trading. And then you're going to start seeing the price actions going up and down on the graph. Okay. Expect extreme volatility. The opening trade may not happen exactly at the market open as underwriters match buy and sell orders. Once trading starts, expect large price swings, possible volatility halts, huge retail participation, momentum traders chasing the stock. So what you're going to have is potentially people that are sitting, traders, investors that didn't get in pre-IPO, because if you get in pre-IPO, there are some conditions that you have to meet, right? A lock-in period where you can sell the stock and things like that. So not everybody wants to buy at pre-IPO prices. Right. And then you're going to have a lot of people that were sitting on the sidelines waiting with a chunk of money that want to participate in this because of the volatility. And because of that, we could see big swings. We could see as soon as it comes on, everybody, jumping and trying to get to be part of this. But as I've experienced previous IPOs and previous big IPOs, there can be big swings. We can see the stock go up 20, 30% and then drop 20, 30%. So if you are going to participate in this first day, you need to know that there's possibilities all to the good side and to the bad side. And you have to take that in consideration. And listen, this is going to be with great volatility. You should not invest an amount of money that you cannot afford to lose. Okay. If you want to participate in the first day, many times the first day price it sells off. Right after that, the weeks and months after that, because the first valuation is usually pretty high. There's lots of hype. And then the market waits for earnings and wants to see, how much the valuation is correct or not correct, or the potential of the stock, and things start to get processed. And then you'll see many stocks. I can show you, for example, we can take just an example. Let's take Robinhood, right? And you can see if we go back and we look at what happened. So there was a lot of hoopla right around Robinhood, and you can see it popped up initially, but then sold off big. Even if we go to Meta, for example, Facebook, right? If we go back to the beginning, similar. It popped up on the first day, right? And then sold off. I don't know if there's ARM also, right? Just thinking about stocks, right? Recently, it popped up on the first 2 days and then ended up selling off. It took a few months to get back to that initial IPO day price. So we have to be very careful with a day like today. Okay. The bull case: dominant launch business, Starlink's massive growth, AI ambitions through XAI, government contracts, long runway for space economy. So a lot of people are looking at this right now and saying this is, we're going to the space. We're going, that's it. Humanity with AI, there's going to be a lot of advancements. There's going to be a lot of technological advancements in the next 5 to 10 years. And the probability of humanity, leaving the Earth and going into space in a significant way is growing. So a lot of people are looking at the potential of SpaceX, not today, tomorrow, but in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years down the line. What could SpaceX valuation eventually be? Is this the biggest company in the world 10, 15 years from now? That's what people are buying for right now, saying, oh, if I could have got in the IPO of Apple or Nvidia, right? We didn't know back in the day that those companies would be so successful. But that's the thinking for many investors right now, that is the possibility. But people will say that the valuation is way too high, right? The valuation above 1.7 trillion already prices an enormous future growth. Some analysts argue the stock could be significantly overvalued at IPO price. It could be that we see the stock dropped all the way to 50 or even lower than that. Remember, 135 is where it came out. Remember, like we just saw with Robinhood, right? Initially, it popped all the way to 92 in the first few days, 84, right? But then dropped all the way down to 6. Right? So there's the possibility that something like that even happens here with SpaceX, right? We don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. Yes, it's Elon Musk, and he's the richest man in the world, and many people look at him as the guru of tech, but things can happen. So you have to understand that there is big risk getting in on the first day of the IPO. If it's for a day trade, it's one thing. If it's for long term, people will tell you, hey, it's not the best idea to go all in on the first day. But again, this video is for educational purposes, for entertainment purposes only, non-financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. You have to decide what is best for you. Okay. Expect extreme volatility. The opening trade might not have exactly as underwriters match the buy, but you potentially see here big swings. Okay. Watch for spillover effects. So this could be very interesting. Today, trading could impact Tesla, right? Because of Elon Musk and the ownership of Tesla. AI stocks such as Nvidia, AMD, and Broadcom, if investors see SpaceX as an AI infrastructure play. So people are talking about how there's possibility that SpaceX will move into space, right? And have data centers there, right? So right now, you could say it's very expensive to operate data centers here. Maybe in the future, data centers will move to space. That's a possibility that people are talking about right now. Satellite and defense companies that compete or partner with the SpaceX could also be a possibility to either pop or drop today. That's a possibility. And 5 institutions appear heavily involved. Reports indicate extremely strong institutional demand, with some of the world's largest asset managers participating. Retail demand has also been exceptionally high, but allocations were limited. What to watch for today? Opening price versus IPO price, 135. So again, probably what's going to be available for you to trade is not going to be 135. It's probably going to be a lot higher than that, right? So we'll see. We'll see where it pops out. Maybe it's lower, but from what I've experienced, it's usually higher. Whether shares hold above the IPO price after the first hour. So will shares pop up initially and then sell off, right? Trading volume, volatility halts, Elon Musk commentary or interviews. So they might be interviewing Elon today, and he might say something good. He might say something bad that could shock the price of SpaceX. So that is something that we need to take into consideration, and whether the stock closes green or red on the first day. So even though it could be up, on around 135, it could open up for retail, let's say at 150, but then end up coming down maybe back to 135. So that's also going to give us an indication that what could happen next week on Monday, which is very important. And then I asked the chat, what is your view as an investor? It says, for long-term investors, SpaceX could become one of the defining technology companies of the next decade if Starlink, reusable rockets, and AI initiatives continue to scale. For short term traders, the first day could be driven by far more sentiment and momentum than fundamentals. Chasing a large gap up after the open carries significant risk, as many high profile IPOs experience sharp swings before settling. If you're planning to buy today, it may be worth watching how the stock behaves during the first 30 to 60 minutes rather than reacting to the initial headline price. So that's very good analysis from ChatGPT. It continues to become better at analysis and things like that. It's very important to understand that AI right now is our friend when we are investors, and it gives us great information. Sometimes we have to revalidate the information. So it's good to ask a few AIs what they think. But this is going to be a very, very interesting day. Let me know in the comment section down below. Are you going to be buying the first day? Are you going to be waiting on the sidelines to see how the dust settles? Or you are going to be buying in chunks, let's say today, and then next week, see how the price acts? What's your plan in place for this SpaceX IPO? Price predictions right now is kind of you know, we don't know what's going to happen. You can throw out numbers, a gazillion, right? But that's just, it's not realistic. Price predictions, the valuation is already really high. Any price predictions right now is just going to be a lot on hype. So it's going to be very interesting to see how all of this plays out. Let me know in the comment section what do you think, and subscribe to the channel for more daily stock updates. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. And like I always say, let's make a lot of money.